Hey guys, long time no speak. It's been a very long time since I last made a video because this is the busiest I've ever been in my life. I'm getting married, I'm buying a house, and work is just chaotic. But okay, so I'm setting myself up for some epic fails, but I thought, screw it. I'm gonna take the risk, try and do some modifications to the M140i that I haven't really seen anybody else make these modifications, so I'm gonna go for it. So here's a very quick video talking about these modifications and what the car looks like before everything just fails. So the first thing I want to highlight is my exhaust tips. Yes, once again I'm going to try replace the exhaust tips. And one thing I don't like about my M140i is that it only has two exhaust tips. Pretty much every car out there right now has two exhaust tips. Every SUV out there has two exhaust tips, whatever the size of engine. So having two exhaust tips doesn't mean anything anymore. So I want to go quad exhaust, and quad exhaust back boxes are quite expensive. They're unreasonably expensive, but never mind. What I've done is I bought these Y exhaust tips, and obviously they're going to protrude a lot if I install them where these ones are installed, so they're gonna have to go further back. I'm gonna have to cut the M Performance exhaust in order to accommodate these. These are cheap Chinese exhaust tips, but they look pretty good actually compared to the original BMW ones, which are quite filthy, as you can see. They've got these little holes in them, and they look quite sportier than the OEM ones. Anyway, that's not gonna work unless I change the diffuser as well. So together with the exhaust tips, I've also purchased this diffuser from China as well. So they don't quite line up exactly. I think they're gonna be too inboard rather than outboard. There might be some interference, or it might be the opposite. I can't remember. It might interfere with the over here and touch. They're not sold as a set, so I took the risk buying this diffuser and buying these tips and trying to make it work. I'm pretty sure whatever happens, these tips are gonna protrude more than the stock ones you can see in front of you. But anyway, we'll see how that looks in the end. One thing that always bugged me about the Rieger diffuser was that it didn't have this the tow recovery point. It obscured it right here. And at least this cheap Chinese one has a little, I don't know what to call that. Anyway, an access the ability to access your rear recovery point. You can see how busy I am because I just don't have the time to do blur effects for my number plates. So just covered it as, you know, as amateurishly as I could, but there you go. Another thing that I've been meaning to do for a very long time is replace the seat belts with seatbelts that have the M logo, the M stitching, excuse me. So here we go. These are OEM, and if this works, I'll give more details if it works. Fingers crossed that'll work, because these were quite expensive. They were like 300 euros each, and yeah, it's just the driver's side and the passenger side so far that I'm doing. And the other modification is just, you know, a pretty standard. You've seen it 1,000 times. Change the indicators with these smoked sequential dynamic indicators. I don't know. It seems like I resisted to do this for a long time, but there you go. These are also from China. A lot of this stuff is from China. I don't quite like that, but there you go. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna give it a go, see how it goes, and then at least you can benefit from my knowledge and my experience. Over here I've got my original diffuser. I'm thinking if this one doesn't work, I can end up modifying this one, and at the same time I've got my original stock exhaust as well. Maybe I can make it work with the stock exhaust, if not with the M Performance exhaust. Anyway, we'll see how it all goes. At the same input, I mean, I'm gonna adjust the MSS springs and raise it up a little bit. And what else? And I'm gonna do some programming to the car as well, which is some customization. For example, the tail lights to be on all the time. I don't have Beamer code, I don't have Carly, so I'm gonna have the guy, if he can, make some reprogramming, some customization, and hopefully that goes well as well. Otherwise, this will be a real disaster. Nothing will work, and I'll end up cutting my M Performance exhaust for nothing. Anyway, that's where we are at with the M140i, and yeah, fingers crossed.
known you too long. It hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Okay guys, it's weeks later, well, a couple of weeks later, and the modifications are done, and here's a review of whether they were failures or not. Let me just show you what I have in this box. This is my old M Performance exhaust tip, and this is not just the tip but actually a part of the exhaust sawn off, so that should tell you a lot about what happened. Basically the wide tips didn't fit, they were not compatible, and well, this part of the exhaust had to be cut off, a new one had to be welded on, and then those tips had to be welded onto that. And more than that, this is part of the diffuser that had to be cut off, 2 pieces of it actually. And the reason for that is, it's because it was interfering with the actual back box. So regardless of the tips, the back box itself did not allow the diffuser to be installed, and the diffuser would have interfered even with the stock exhaust. So the diffuser, the one I bought from China, what it was actually made for is probably for the car that's in the photo of the AliExpress website, which is a car which has 2 different back boxes. It's probably not a B58, it's probably something completely different, and so it's not compatible with the stock exhaust unless you cut pieces off, or with the M Performance exhaust. But enough said. Obviously we didn't use the clamps that came with the box because we welded it on, but enough said anyway. What does it actually look like?
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave.
Okay guys, so here it is. The work done is, it's just fantastic. Like I said in the previous video, or like I said before in this video, I have my little patch there, or cut out for the rear recovery point, and that was bugging me on the Rieger diffuser. If you're behind this car, you can definitely see the back box a lot more. I love these little perforations or holes, I don't know what to call them. They're definitely more aggressive.
I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
That's right. I gave up on the blur effects. I'm just gonna cover my number plates.
Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no.
I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with Simon at Scitech for making it work. If it wasn't for him, this was not a DIY job, that's for sure. The other thing I wanted to do for a long time, the M-Seatbelts. These are OEM seatbelts now. These are from the BMW M3, the F40 M3. If you look at the IPC, without the competition pack, they have exactly the same part number of seatbelt as the M140i, as the 1 Series F20 actually. And with the competition pack, they get the M-stitching option, which is this one. And there you go. It's, you know, 1-for-1 replacement on the M3, on the F40 M3, and it works exactly the same on the F20. You can just replace your seat belts with those. Now I haven't done the back ones. The back ones are still the black ones, the old ones, but to be honest, I don't really care about the back ones. The other thing he did was fit these dynamic indicators. They're actually, you know, they have this, they're not just smoked. They're not just smoked. They also have this matte finish that goes well now with my matte PPF. I haven't checked if they're synchronized with the old ones, with the existing ones. Are they synchronized? I don't know. Something tells me they're blinking at different rates. It's a small touch. It's the small things that make the difference, right? What else did Simon do? Yeah, he raised it, he adjusted the MSS springs and raised it up by 5 mil. This is not representative of a flat surface, obviously. Look at the back one and look at the front one. Maybe I shouldn't have touched it actually. Maybe I should have just left it the way it was for drag racing. Not that I've drag raced anybody since I got this car. Literally, I have not drag raced anybody. Programming to the car, which is I've activated the rear tail lights as daylight running lights. The start stop is always off. There's no start stop by default in any mode. Increase the heating to the seats to the maximum level. Maybe they were already at the maximum level. And he activated video on the go, although that will only work up to 66 kilometers an hour or something like that. It doesn't work all the way unlimited. And he said he's still working on how to unlock that, but to be honest, I'm not too bothered. But if he works it out and he wants to show it off to me that it works, I'll be very happy to let him have a go. Yeah, he changed the number plates around as well. In case you guys want to call him, there's the number.